Fargo man has pleaded guilty and was sentenced today in connection to a house fire back in January of 2023. Nicholas Fredette was charged with 1 count of endangering by fire or explosion, plus 1 count of animal cruelty. He entered an Alford plea today, which means he doesn't really admit to the crime, but recognizes there is enough evidence there to convict him. West Fargo Fire responded to the home in the 500 block of 17th Street East back on January 10th of last year. Fire crews say discovered several active fires throughout the home at that time. 3 people were in the house. 1 was treated by first responders. 2 dogs were also rescued from that home and treated on scene. Fredette was given credit for 330 days served in jail, sentenced to 2 years supervised probation.